Okie dokie. Trying to find something that rhymes with okie dokie. Artichoke. Any arioki? Anyway, I got my sketchbook, I got a pencil, my markers. Let's draw. I can't believe how quickly I feel like I'm moving through this sketchbook. Does it seem fast? Seem quick? I don't know. For the last couple days, I wanted to film something, but I just didn't know what that something was gonna be. And so I was kind of beating myself up about it because I was like, oh, I've got no inspiration. I don't even care. Whatever. I just want to do whatever. Then, literally 5 minutes ago, out of the blue, I get struck by inspiration. Where did I find this jolt? It was YouTube. I think she's on TikTok mostly. There's this person who dresses in these beautiful dresses and sings in the stairwell of like their apartment or something. They can sing, and they sing a lot of like Disney princess songs, and it got me thinking, what if there was a Disney princess-esque storyline about like a little girl or a young woman who like goes into a cave to sing? Now I don't know if like it would be like, oh, music's outlawed like Footloose or something, but it's a place where she goes to hear herself and like to get to know herself, and so she basically has like duets with herself. And since it would probably be more of a magic-esque vibe to the story, maybe the reverberations and the echo of the music, or her own voice actually, could be so delayed so that she could have like a duet with herself. I don't know, doesn't that just sound like a nice little premise? Like, it's not a storyline by any means, but it's cute. So I thought what we could do here is spend a little time filling some of my sketchbook and kind of thinking about who this character might be and what some of the like story elements might be included in such an idea. I was trying to draw and talk at the same time, and I don't know what I'm doing. But I really want to use markers. I'm feeling green for the dress. I know if you've ever looked at any of like the past concept art for Tangled, originally she was supposed to have a green dress before they went purple and pink, but I'd like to explore the green idea, like a nice pastel green. I'll find some nice green markers. See, that's a bit too saturated and punchy, I feel like. I want something diluted and soft, just a little swampy. Ooh, swampy, actually, now that I said that, I feel like that should influence maybe the fashion. Because what I'm thinking is, what would be the reason that this character would want to run away to a cave and sing by herself? There has to be a reason, right? So one idea might be, there's obviously something she's trying to escape from. Now that can be a lot of different things. Why would she choose to go to a place that's like dark and drippy? There has to be something that feels worse than that environment, right? So that's what I'm pondering. These two, the first two, are the closest so far. It's yellow-green. I have some Copic markers that might be a bit more pastel. Don't tell me you're dry too. I swear, I've like refilled them and then they dry out way quicker than they originally ever did. Ooh, that's really pretty. I know Merida has a green dress, but she has very like earthy, grounded colors, and I want these to be more airy and wispy, you know? I just looked at what I've drawn and I'm not convinced this is the direction I want to go. So let me try something a bit less frilly, I think. We want something more grounded, something more swamp-esque. I'm gonna draw smaller so we can look at the silhouette. Kind of don't want her to be like the skinniest thing on the planet. We have a little body here. What kind of clothes am I thinking? I definitely want to like go ham on the like princessiness, but I also want it to like fit whatever theme I'm trying to go for. She has to have her own unique kind of flair. So I'm thinking maybe she spends a lot of time around the cave. Maybe flowers grow outside of the cave. So maybe she incorporates them into the outfits. And then I don't want it to be too frilly and fruity because she needs to go spelunking, and I don't think you can really spelunk in a big voluminous cupcake gown. So I'm thinking it would be made out of like cottons and linens, easy to clean. Some kind of like apron to like keep the dress cleaner. Flowers in her hair. I feel like she'd probably keep her hair up most of the time. I probably should give some thought into maybe a time period. I know for like Disney, they do like take inspiration from certain things, but overwhelmingly it's just more fairy tale, medieval-esque. And then also I probably should decide whether she's a princess or not. Does she know she's a princess, or doesn't she know she's a princess? Because she's gonna be a princess, right? I think we should go right below the knee because that's just a length I really enjoy. I feel like it gives lots of space for adventuring. We can do cute little boots laced up. I'm kind of getting Briar Rose vibes, which I feel like suits it because it's like, oh, living in the woods by a cave. Our little Kentucky princess. It's the only caves I've ever been to were in Kentucky. Should I try and like really go for like an American princess? Usually it's more medieval, so that would be more European. With that vibe, it seems like I should go more like almost like the late 1800s, so like hoop skirts or something. Right now she does look very Little House on the Prairie. I feel like I want to go more back than that. I don't know. Don't want to have too many braids because that's gonna go very Frozen and that's not really what I'm vibing. I've got Pinterest open right here, and I will link my Pinterest board down below if you want to check out some of the inspiration that I'm using. I think I am going to look into the 1860s. That's a very important time in American history. Pre-bustle, super hoop skirty, although I feel like it'd be very hard to spelunk. We could just take little elements that we like, right? It looks like they enjoyed putting flowers on their outfits. We also want to have an overwhelmingly sort of young vibe to it because she's not yet a woman. I mean, maybe we should play with like the more prairie vibes. I'm gonna redraw this and tweak just small little things so we can see what the colors would look like. I'm gonna put her hands on her hips. Flowers. Hair is still got like nothing going for it yet. The apron ended at the knee and then the dress went just past the knee. Cute. It was a boot. Thinking something kind of poofy for the sleeve, and then it cinches right before the hand, which gives her space not to get her sleeves dirty. I kind of like the idea of it being kind of froofy on the top, like a blouse. For this, I just wanted to kind of test the colors. I think I'll also put her hair up. Messy makes more sense, like she put it up herself and it's fallen out a few times on her journey. Throw a little color on there. Let's use this maybe as our white, like it's a white blouse, and then maybe the skirt underneath. I'm feeling pink hair, but maybe like a pinkish red for the hair. Not that, that's like fire engine red. No, not that one either. We could mix like pink with something else. It could work for like the flowers. And maybe brown for the hair. Maybe like a dirty blonde. When have you seen a dirty blonde princess? There's a lot of us out here. We need representation. It might actually be a little too dark. You could actually use that same color for the boots. I want to add like a little dirt from her cave explorations. I think it needs more green. Maybe as some different accent colors. What if I layer the green over the brown to get a deeper brown? Now it's a very pretty color. I really like it with the pink lines, but I don't know if it would look as cute without them, you know? Draw over it with the pencil. Definitely not 1860 at all. Like we're going more 19 something. The actual design I am not in love with. I like the colors, so we're moving in the right direction. Let's try drawing a nice face and figure out the hairstyle, facial features. I know I draw mostly the same ones. I like to pretend that I don't. Nice and happy. We also need to keep thinking about why does she run off to the cave? What's she escaping from? There's a lot of different directions this could go. I want to keep it mostly lighthearted, I think. Shoulders. Now, if she's actually going into a cave, she's gonna need some kind of lantern. There's a hand. I'll have to figure out what era I want to have a lantern, though. Now, hair. Historical hair just doesn't really inspire me. Flowy hair seems like a cop-out, and I feel like she's probably not rich enough to have like ringlets and stuff. Let's go with a heavy flower route. Like she's gotta have lots of time on her hands, right? There's no Instagram. What if she's looking for someone her age? Although that's a little too Briar Rose. I was thinking, oh, what if she's in a world where there are no babies? Like she's the youngest person in her village. That is what kind of was with Briar Rose, because she was with her three fairy godmothers. Just hanging out with old people all the time. And she went into the woods to sing as well. So maybe that's a little too similar. So I'll keep thinking on that one. Do you think she could get away with a dress like that? I don't know how well they like stay on, you know? Probably should try maybe high neck with the big poof sleeves. Tucked in with the skirt from there. Would we have like frills and a brooch? I feel like this is like a fashion you always see on the stern characters, but somehow I feel like I made it cute. I would put probably an apron on it to kind of keep the dress clean, because like no one wants to have to do laundry every day, you know? Add a little green. Throw some more flowers. I don't think I want as many as I put on here. Maybe in one front of one ear. Oh, this could also be like the leaves from the flowers she picked. It's really pretty, I like that. Let's see what the hair looks like from a different angle. I think we should probably see a lot more hair out of the front before the flowers, because I think that was trendy at one point. Pull a lot of the hair up on top of the head, and from here that's where like the hair is gonna fall. And then here's where we could probably put some flowers, but also like hair. And I like the high neck. I think that's super classy. I don't think you see it all that often. Maybe a little bow. Sleeves. I also like the piece falling down. That's a little bit more romantic and not historical at all. Because it's a fairy tale world and we get to make those decisions. Oh, she looks so grumpy. Raise the eyebrows up a little, maybe that'll help. Looks weird about this region. I'm not happy with the profile. I don't think that's what I want her to look like. What I think I want to do is take this sort of silhouette and subdue it a smidge for spelunking purposes. I'll try drawing the whole body. Maybe with some proper posture. Oh, I love the big skirt, but I don't think it really fits. Slim the skirt down a bit. Probably keep them pretty aggressive. And I also still want the high neck. I think that's really cute. The waist was around here. Still gonna need some kind of apron. I'm still trying to figure out why she runs off to the cave to sing. I'll get there. It's hard to really dedicate my brain when I'm also trying to design the outfit. Try a new hairstyle. So it's up in this sort of shape. We've got the hangy curly bits. Then this like kind of has more of a hair knot. Focus more on the hair falling. Add another frill here. Just trying adding more elements to see if it adds anything without being crazy. So cute, but I don't know if it works. It's just a little too frilly again. I feel like maybe she needs a different color for the bottom half of the skirt. What if I try that color we used for these elements? See, this is just too saturated though. I'm gonna have to tone this down, I think. It depends what kind of colors are in her little universe, you know? If you use similar tones around her, these won't seem so saturated. Well, we could try layering it with this. I guess I made it look a little bluer. Right in this small spot first. Oh yeah, that's a big difference. I think it makes a difference. Pull the hair up higher, maybe. And then we'll have the little hangy bits coming from there. Give her a nice big forehead. We could probably give her these light green kind of tights. Maybe layered with the neutral gray too, so they're not quite as vibrant and don't distract from the top. Now I think it's missing flowers. I feel like there'd be one around the waistline at least, and then in the hair. Some leaves. Let me grab a fine liner and line this fine drawing. Not happy enough. I wanted it to be happier. Got a little blush. I picked up something. Made her face all dirty. No! Hair's a little, didn't translate, but it's funny and I like it. Just bring out a little bit more of the red tones. Still think she needs an apron, although I clearly didn't draw one. Maybe this is her pre-spelunking outfit. So this is her like society outfit maybe. Let me try her spelunking outfit. Now she'll be happier because she's doing what she loves. Still haven't put more thought into the story. Let me know what you think the reason she might be running off into the cave would be. Ooh, how do you draw someone singing? Like it's such a like non-expressive pose, you know? Maybe the hair falls a little lower because she's in a damp, humid space. There'll be more hangy bits. Flowers are still there. Maybe she plays with her dress because she's like confident and whatnot. Kind of like higher up. Can she roll up these sleeves maybe? How much happier she looks when the pose is a little bit more floofy. Musical notes. There you go. Now she's singing. I wonder if it would be an apron that like starts here. Maybe she could cinch it in at the waist. You know, kind of like this shape. It adds on top. This would be kind of flowier. A little shorter. Could even add little frills depending on how rich she is. Another thing we have not yet decided. Throw in some of the color. Now do I want to use this light green as the white apron? This is all apron. These were tights with the gray. Now, the problem with leaving the apron this green color is that it's gonna seem more expensive already. It's not just like a simple linen or cotton or something. So like the idea that she takes it off because it gets dirty seems more difficult for me to believe, but also it's a fairy tale. Great. Boots, this ash rose color, I think. And the hair as well. Although I did go over it with that Ohu honey marker. To bring out the dark tones and the reds. Almost just make it a little bit more saturated. And I guess we could do a pink bow, maybe? Although I still like the idea that she collects flowers or something. What am I doing to manage stripes? Whoa. That was never a part of the planned off. I altered the deal. Ray, I don't alter it again. Or something. Probably add little touches, shading. Fan it out with the old green. I do think a lot of like pink accents kind of help just make it a little different. Not to give her a gray face this time. Kind of separate the layers. Let's add a little bit of line art to this. She looks very cute. Okay, now they have totally different faces, but I'll just ignore that I pointed that out and hope you don't notice either. Give her some lips. I feel like we could try a bonnet situation. Like the bonnet on would look something like this. A long bonnet. And then when it like falls off, it would lay more like this, and then you'd see the hair gathered up back there. And I feel like it gives her more of a peasant vibe. I love that silhouette though, of like the big poofy sleeves with the tight bodice. I also really liked that. I don't know what I want. What do I want from you, character? A little lantern. Probably also would need like some kind of animal companion. What about a canary? Dude, I drew it in pencil. What am I thinking? Maybe something more saturated. Cadmium yellow. Ooh, that's beautiful. Now I feel like she needs more yellow throughout the dress. I don't know if it'll work. She could have had a yellow apron. Although I'm losing that green that I really liked. Go back, go back, go back. There's my canary. Do canaries come in pink? Just asking for a friend. What is she running away from? I don't want to go with the like, oh, she's running away from society or whatever. Meh, whatever. Watch any other movie for that. These two tones are like very similar now. Wear it with a darker green, just specifically for this version. Definitely pulls those two colors further apart. But it's also darker, and I really liked her pastel vibe. We definitely have to draw her again. So if there's a big cave, big opening in the cave with like rocks and jaggedy things of that nature. Maybe the sun peeks through some opening. So this would all be like dark. Light beam coming through. Like this would be really dark. And this would be a little lighter because there's some light hitting it. This would be even lighter. And then maybe there's something she's sitting on down here. I was gonna give her cross-legged, but doesn't that give you worse posture for singing? I don't know. What's a singing pose? Arms wide open? Maybe I'll make her stand up. Give her that bonnet, because I think it was cute. Flowers. Pocket full of flowers. Add her little canary. Singing in the cave. She knows her way around some of these caves really, really well. So what if, while she's singing, her echo kind of changes and she realizes that this echo that she's been singing with this whole time is actually a different person who's stuck in the caves. Is that too crazy? There's some other human being trapped in this cave. They use their singing to find each other in the many twisty tunnels, and maybe there's a cave in at some point, you know. You gotta make it dramatic. What might actually be interesting besides that is if the magic duet she's been having, it's someone very far away. So these caves are huge and they like span really far distances, right? So she's actually been singing with someone, not necessarily on the other side of the world, but like this isn't a world with airplanes. So it's like basically a place you wouldn't think to visit, right? But anyway, it would be kind of cute if she's singing and there's someone on basically the opposite end of the world singing along with, and they become friends and learn from each other in that sort of way. So I feel like you really need to play up the cave if she's actually singing in a drippy, droopy cave. I need some help. I just want to design the outfit. I want to try it as many times as it takes to get one that I'm very, very happy with. I really, really like this, but I think just a couple tweaks are gonna go a long way. Sit her down just to kind of see it in a different silhouette. I really like that like triangle shape for the bodice. Oh yeah, she had a little bow, that was cute. The high neckline. Should I take this chance to try out the bonnet? I probably should. Maybe I should shorten the bonnet since the apron kind of gets in the way. I want to be able to see the structure of that. I gotta give the bonnet a chance. If I don't like it after this, obviously don't have to keep it. It's kind of cute. I'm gonna try doing the line art first this time, just to see if that changes the way I see any of the shapes. Maybe a little wisp of hair falling through. Depending on the time period, may or may not be scandalous. Little apron. Oh, I didn't put the canary in here. I'm gonna try and wing it. Now this apron probably doesn't come all the way around her, right? It probably comes somewhere like that, and then that's the skirt. This looks good. Do I want to try and give it a white apron? I'm looking at some references and stuff, and I feel like patterns were very heavily used. I'm thinking like very fine polka dots or something. Maybe a little shadow here. This was the skirt. And then I added gray on top to desaturate it. It's a lighter gray. Let's add some like polka dots. Really fine little ones. Make her look a little less rich. I mean, there's not really royalty if she's really in Kentucky, but whatever. This might have just made it to Little House on the Prairie. I guess the bonnet too was a big part of that. The shoes. For the apron, we used that. No, that was definitely it. Careful because this is a very light color. Sometimes those can make the ends really lift. You know what I just realized? I didn't really change anything in this outfit except the bonnet. I wanted to add more yellow for the bonnet. Use this green color. And then add like a plaid. It might be too dark. Let's see. Yeah, I think we went to prairie, but that's not gonna stop me from drawing it. Oh, we also used no pink in this one. It does look nice, but I also really liked the pink. I might also grab the gray, tone down the bonnet a bit. Maybe layer a little yellow? Well, at least she's cute. She looks good in everything. It definitely doesn't scream main character to me. And I think adding another color like pink does help with that. Let's try adding in this. It might be the bonnet that like takes away from the main character vibe, and I think it's because traditionally main characters have like really good hair, and if you can't see the hair, does that take away? I don't know. Try another thing. Should I try to incorporate more yellow this time? I'm also noticing that there's like a sort of kind of apron that actually just pinned here, so there were no sleeves. So you actually saw the dress above it. So like, was that too Briar Rose as well? We still haven't really decided on a hair. Oh, I don't know. Maybe something more modern. Let's have her hold that little canary like Snow White. Hopefully it doesn't die. Oh, why would I say that? A bit more full skirt. Bow right here. I also kind of missed the flowers, so let's throw those in a couple places. Maybe even on her wrist. Maybe ruffles on this too. I just can't imagine someone spelunking in this. Maybe if I just take off the frills on the bottom piece. I think I'm gonna do line art first again because I think that worked really well for that one. I made her look like she's singing. I closed her eyes and raised her eyebrows. rose or something. And so is this. I'll give her little wispies. Cute. Okay, this is going well. I don't know, I kind of missed that. Oh well, we gotta try it. Gotta give everything its fair chance. Flower here and here. Little apron comes out like this. Lighten the sketch a smidge, and we can throw in the colors. This one's pink. We could do a little pink right here. Little line. I love the little light brown boots. So precious. Light green socks with the neutral gray on top. Ash rose color with a little bit of honey on top. Little nose and some cheeks. Don't go over the lines too much. No, I used dark green. I wonder if I could have switched it out and made the apron the darker color. Oops. Can't believe how different those look before gray, after gray is layered on top of it. Let me use the yellow now before I give up on it. That's also really pretty with the white and green, but it feels also very familiar. So for that reason, I'm not going to commit to it. Just add some yellow to this area maybe. Then layer our light green. Beautiful. I love this color. Jade green. Such a princess green, don't you think? Don't really want any of the white, but I also don't want to go over the yellow with green, so I'm trying to be careful there. What if I take the white gel pen and add the polka dots to it? Like, can you actually see them? No, not really. Oh, the other thing I didn't do is desaturate the green dress. Bye! What a difference down here with some pink. Just a little something. I'm gonna go over the yellow with the green. Maybe tone it down. Be a little bit of shading beneath these layers. Now the problem I'm seeing after layering this with the green is it's bringing it really close to this color. Maybe some white of some kind. Brighten it up a little. Yellow down here. Add a little yellow to the hair. That bring yellow into the mix a little more. Green leaves. A little mud. Okay, did I improve from the one over here that I really liked? I think I prefer the sleeves on the apron, but I prefer the lighter colored apron over the yellowed one. I also really like the way this apron breaks up after the tie. I like this like very modern hairstyle. Yellow canary, the little frill at the bottom. And yeah, I think overall, I think I came up with a fun design, and there's definitely more that could go along with it. And obviously the story needs help, so I would appreciate your help with that. Let me know what you think her storyline would be, or what her name would be. I don't even really have an idea. Thank you guys for watching. This was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me, and I'll see you guys all next week. I hope you have a delicious evening full of waffles.